Today, let us see one word substitution. Look at the words. The first word is abattoir. Abattoir is a place where animals are killed for food. Abdicate, to give up or renounce a throne voluntarily. For example, a king abdicated. அவருடைய அரசவையை விட்டு கொடுக்கிறது இல்லைன்னா துறவு மேற்கொள்றது. Then aborigines, the original inhabitants of a place. For example, Australian aborigines. Australian aborigines, the people who were the inhabitants of Australia may settle somewhere else in India or any other place. Then abridge, to shorten, especially for a novel or any other short story, we use this term abridged version. பெரிய புக்காக எழுதியிருப்பாங்க, which runs to number of pages, but another writer will retell the story and then abridged version will be available. Then acoustic. Acoustic, it is related to the sense of organs of hearing, the signs of sounds. Then acrobat. Acrobat means one who performs gymnastic feats. Acrophobia, morbid fear of heights. ரொம்ப உயர்ந்த இடத்தை பார்த்து பயப்படுறது, உயரமான இடத்தை பார்த்து பயப்படுறது. Then affidavit, a written declaration. Just a minute. A written declaration of oath. Sorry, a written declaration on oath. Oath means promise. Then aggressor, one who commits the act of attack. Agnostic, one who is not sure of the existence of God. Agoraphobia, morbid fear of open spaces. திறந்த வெளிகளை பார்த்து பயப்படுறது. Ailurophobia, morbid fear of cats. Air piracy, hijacking of a flying plane. Flying plane கடத்துறது. So that's called air piracy. Alimony, maintenance payable to wife on divorce. Allegory, a story with a hidden meaning, usually moralistic. Or it may also be related to spiritual matters. Moralistic that story is called allegory, allegorical statement we used to say. Then altar, a raised platform, especially in the church you could see the altar, the raised platform where we offer food or flowers to God or goddess in the temple also. Then altruist, one who is good to others. நிறைய நன்மைகள் அவங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவாங்க, செய்வாங்க. So he or she is called altruist. Amanuensis, one who works as a substitute writer for someone injured or unable to use his hands. யாருக்காவது ரைட்டருக்கு அடிபட்டு இருந்துச்சாலும் இல்லை அவங்களால கைகளை வச்சு யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாமல் இருந்துச்சுன்னா the substitute will work for him. He will dictate. For example, John Milton is a blind man. Okay, he's a blind poet. So he used to dictate. So all the other two friends helped him to complete his Paradise Lost. So amanuensis, one who works as a substitute writer. Then amateur, one who does something not professionally but for pleasure, one with a superficial knowledge in the field. Then look at the next slide. Ambidextrous, using both hands with equal ease. See, we use only the right hand, and some people in the world use left hands. Using both hands with equal ease. ரெண்டு கைகளையும் சரிசமமா பயன்படுத்துறது ambidextrous. Ambush, a surprise attack on an enemy from a hiding place. ஒளிஞ்சிருந்து enemy attack பண்றது ambush. Amphibious, this word you know, it's very familiar, living both on land and in water. Amputate, to cut off an organ of body by surgery. For example, there is a disease called gangrene. I shall type here. There is a disease called gangrene. Person suffers from this disease, they used to amputate where the part is affected. காலில் கேங்க்ரீன் வந்துச்சுன்னா கால் அப்படியே ஆம்புடேட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க to cut off the organ. Then next, analgesic, it's a drug which relieves pain. Then anarchist, one who believes in no law, government or supreme power. Anarchy, absence of government or general lawlessness or disorder. Anglophile, this one you know, one who loves English. Annihilate, to destroy completely. ஒட்டுமொத்தமா அழிச்சிடுறது annihilate. Anthology, a selection of poems or essays, short stories. Anthology of book. Then anthropology, the study of evolution and customs of mankind. மனித இனங்களை பற்றி படிக்கிறது தான் anthropology. Look at the next slide. Antidote, medicine given to counteract poison or disease. Antiquary, one who collects ancient relics. Then apiary, a place where bees are kept. தேனீகளை வளர்க்குற இடம் தான். Then arbitrator, a person chosen by parties who have a dispute to settle. Dispute means argue. Archaeology, the study of buried remains of ancient times or study of antiquities. பழங்காலத்தில் புதைக்கப்பட்ட ஏதாவது ஒரு திங்ஸை பற்றி படிக்கிறது. Then archaism, old word or expression no longer in common use. For example, good morrow is an archaic term for good morning. Good morning ன்றதுக்கு old term good morrow. It's an archaism. Then aristocracy, government by the nobles. Noble people used to rule the country. Armistice, an agreement during a war to stop fighting. போறப்ப ஒரு அக்ரிமெண்ட் போடுறாங்க, நம்ம சண்டையை நிப்பாட்டிக்கிறோம் அப்படின்றது. So it is called armistice. Ascetic, this one you know, one who starves the body for the good of the soul. Thuravi, actually Buddha is an ascetic. Astrologer, one who predicts the future by studying the position of the stars. Astronomer, one who studies the heavenly bodies and the earth. Cosmos, universeல இருக்கிற bodies, heavenly bodies பற்றி படிக்கிறது astronomer. Whereas astrologer, ஜாதகம் பார்க்குறவங்க. Then atheist, one who does not believe in the existence of God, நாத்திகன். Autobiography, this one you know. Autocracy, government by one person with unrestricted authority. Then autocrat, a monarch who holds and exercises the power of government by claim of absolute right or subject to any restriction. Autograph, this also, a person's own handwritten, the handwriting signature, okay, autograph. Avaricious, motive purely to get money or land. Aviary, a place where birds are kept. Aviation, art of flying and aircraft. Battalion, army unit consisting of several companies.
Ma'am,
Yes, I shall add those students.
ma'am, yesterday Ravi, ma'am.
Okay, I will add her. Bibliophile, a great lover of books. Bibliotics, the study of handwriting, documents and written material, especially for determined genuineness or authorship. Bibliotics. Then look at the next slide. Bigamy, having two wives or husbands at the same time. Bigot, one who has narrow and prejudiced views. Narrow-minded, selfish அவங்களுடைய பார்வை இருக்கும். Then blaspheme or blasphemy, disrespectful or contemptuous talk about holy things. Boutique, a small fashionable specialty shop or business. Brainchild, a product of one's creative imagination. Bumpkin, a person with rough and unpolished manners, an uncivilized or uncultured person. Burglar, one who breaks into a house to commit theft. Thirudan. Calligraphy, the art of beautiful handwriting, as you all know. Callous, having little or no sympathy. கருணை இரக்கமே இல்லாம இருக்கிறது. Callous nature. Cannibal, a creature or man who eats human flesh. Capitulate, surrender on certain conditions. Carnivorous, a familiar word. Animal or men who eat flesh or other animals. Catastrophe, a violent, usually destructive natural event. பெரிய அழிவு, அதான் catastrophe. It may be natural. Celibacy, unmarried state. Celibate is a person who vows not to marry anyone. கல்யாணம் பண்ண மாட்டேன்னு சத்தியம் பண்ணிக்குவாங்க. That is a religious vow of chastity. தன்னுடைய கற்பை பாதுகாக்கிறதுக்காண்டி செய்வாங்க. So it is celibacy. Censorious, being inclined to find faults. அடுத்தவங்க பண்ற குற்றமே கண்ணுக்கு தெரியும், அதுதான் censorious. Always finding fault with other people. Then centenarian, the word centenary means, of course, you all know 100. So centenarian, one who is more than 100 years old. 100 வயசுக்கு மேல வாழ்றவங்க centenarian. Octogenarian, 80 years old people. Okay. Nanogenarian, one who is more than 90 years old. Then choreography, study of dances and dance sequences. Circumlocution, an indirect way of saying something. சுத்தி வளைச்சு பேசுறது. For example, in the early morning, a bright light peeped out of the mountain. It refers to sunrise. So it is a circumlocution. Then circumnavigate, to sail round the world. For example, Magellan sets his sail and he traveled worldwide. Why? Circumnavigation. உலகத்து கடல் வழி பயணமா சுத்தி வர்றது. Then claustrophobia, abnormal dread or fear of being in closed or narrow spaces. Clinophobia, morbid fear of lying in bed, படுத்த படுக்கையில் இருந்துருவோமோ அப்படின்னு ஒரு பயப்படுறது, clinophobia. Communic, it is an official announcement. Compatriate, a person belonging to one's own country. Compatriate. Look at the next slide. Confiscate. Just a minute. Confiscate, seize the private property by authority. ஒரு private property அந்த சொத்தை வந்து அபகரிக்கிறது, அதுதான் confiscate. Congregation, a group of people assembled for prayer. Congregation, especially held in the church. Connoisseur, one who appreciates, understands and enjoys arts. Arts, music, painting, அதனுடைய டேஸ்ட்டை உணர்ந்து அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணுறவங்க. They used to differ which is the fine quality or supreme quality that he is called connoisseur. Conscription, compulsory enrollment for military services. Contemporaries, this is a familiar word, people living in the same age. Convalescence, gradual recovery from an illness. உடம்பு சரியில்லாமல் இருக்கும்போது ஒரு ரெக்கவர் ஆகிறது, சரியாகிட்டே வருதுதான் convalescence. Convoy, a group of ships, army vehicles, etc. traveling together under escort for safety. Cosmopolitan, one who has traveled to many countries, a sophisticated and urban person, and he is also called the man of universe, and he will be broad-minded also. Curfew, an order forbidding the presence of people in the streets, time set as deadline. Cynic, a person one who believes the worst thing about people. மக்களை பற்றிய ஒரு தவறான கருத்துக்கள் அவங்க மனக்குள்ள இருக்கும். So he is called as cynic. Cynophobia, morbid fear of dogs. Dermatology, study of skin diseases. Discophile, one who studies and collects phonograph records. Phonograph ஒரு ரேடியோ குழாய் மாதிரி இருக்கும், அந்த ரெக்கார்டு. ஓகே, so one who studies and collects that early instrument, recorded phonograph. Dissenter, a person who is hard to please. Please பண்ணாலும் மாற மாட்டாங்க, they won't be changed. Okay. Dipsomania, morbid craving for alcohol, alcoholic drinks. Ditheism, belief in independent principles of good and evil. Pantheism, belief that God is in all the things. Panna, all. Pantheism. Here ditheism, so believing both good and evil. Diurnal, happening through the day or daily. Nocturnal, happening through the night. So diurnal, opposite, nocturnal. Then doomsday, the day of last judgment or end of the world. Dormitory, a sleeping room for a number of people. Dossier, a file containing detailed records on a particular person or subject. Dotage, extreme old age, when a person behaves in a childish and foolish manner. ரொம்ப வயசான பிறகு ஒரு குழந்தை மாதிரி பிஹேவ் பண்ணுவாங்க. That foolish manner or childish manner is called dotage. Dramedy, a situation, comedy having dramatic scenes. Dipsomaniac, already we have seen, one who has an irresistible urge to alcoholic drinks. Eccentric, a man of unusual and bizarre habits. Edible, a thing that is fit to be eaten. சாப்பிடக்கூடிய அப்படிங்கிறது தான் edible. In all the vegetable or packets it is edible, this oil is edible, this food is edible போட்டிருப்பாங்க. So a thing that is fit to be eaten. Effeminate, a person who is too much like a woman. A man who acts like a woman. அதாவது பெண்களுடைய குணங்கள் அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்குள்ள வர்ற மாதிரி தெரியும் ஒரு உணர்வு. So who acts like a woman, effeminate. Look at the next slide. I shall continue in the next video. Just a minute.